What is up everyone? Kate here from MPH Tennis. Hope you guys are doing great today. Today I'm going to show you guys how to serve faster and improve your serves. So if you're interested in doing that, stick around for the rest of the video. But before we jump into the video, do not forget to like and subscribe. We do reviews, match play videos, coaching, drills, tips, all of that stuff. So if you're interested in seeing future videos, please like and subscribe, and it really helps the channel and it will help us help you guys get better content. So like I said, I'm gonna help you guys today improve your serve and serve faster and harder. So how am I gonna teach you guys that? Well, I'm gonna give you guys a few tips. As you guys may have seen on the channel, I did attempt to get to a 130 serve. Now this was a bit of a process that took place a few months back over the Christmas break, and I did ultimately not get to 130. I got to 129, but I did increase my serve speed, and my serve has improved quite drastically over these last few months just from these tips that I'm going to share with you guys, and also a couple little finer technical details that can help you improve your serve as well. So before we even get into the really nitty gritty of like how you're going to serve harder, to get the best, most powerful serve, you need to be using a continental grip. I know that might seem basic for many, but this is a vital step to having a harder serve. If you are serving with what we call a pancake grip or anything else other than that continental grip, when I teach and coach kids, we like to call it the hammer grip or the lightsaber grip. This is absolutely mandatory to have because you're going to be able to get the pronation and the snap with your wrist, elbow, and upper body. So if you're not using continental grip, you got to start with that first. The next tip I have for you guys is to keep your palm down when you are serving. So a lot of players, and I'm guilty of this too, I used to do it. If you look at that trophy pose, if your racket is facing like this, you will not get as much power as you could as if you have your palm down like this. A great example of this is Roger. Roger used to do a great job. He looks perfect as usual when he does kind of like that trophy position. So what this is going to allow you to do is really use your body, move it into the court. It's more of a natural position when your palm is kind of facing down like this versus this kind of pointing towards your head. This is something that I have changed. The third thing, now before I really get into this one, all of these tips are actually relatively simple. I feel like a lot of people are overcomplicating the serve. It's not as complicated as you think. So these little tips can really help. So the third one is serve like you would throw. It's more of a feeling, it's more of a sensation that you need to think about. If I'm gonna serve, I need to use my full body. An example that I like to use a lot is when you're in elementary school and you might be like in gym class or something and you're having like maybe a competition, we used to do this, and you want to throw a baseball as far as you can. When you throw that baseball, you are absolutely going to use everything you have in your body, every last cell, to throw that ball as far as possible. Now this is the same thing you need to do on the serve. You need to use your legs, you need to use your upper body, you need to snap your wrist, you need to pronate. And a lot of people really forget that. And I feel like a lot of coaches will be like, use your legs, use your legs, use your legs. And yes, you do need to use your legs, but like you also need to swing and use your upper body as well. So you really do need to use your full body. You need to go after it and to create that racket speed, which will ultimately give you the power and everything that goes into the shot to create the speed if you are wanting to make your serve harder. So it's so important to really use your full body, because if you're just going to use your legs or just going to use your upper body, you're not going to be able to get all that you can out of your serve. And one more thing before I get into the few technical changes that I made to get my serve to 129 miles an hour is grip pressure. Now this is something that I see more with club players, but honestly you can see with some higher level players as well, is the grip pressure. What does that mean? A lot of people are gripping the racket way too tight. So they might be gripping it like a 7 or 8 out of 10 if you're going after like a flat serve or something. That is way too hard. You're gonna lose a lot of control over that. You need to make sure your wrist is loose, your body is loose as well, because then you're gonna get a lot of momentum, you're gonna get a lot of energy moving into the court. It's easier to do that when your body is loose versus tense. So what I like to tell people is usually grip the racket. It's a little bit different for everybody. In between about a 4 and a 6 out of 10 on like a grip scale. Like if you're holding your fist like this and pushing as hard as you can here, it's like a 4 to 6 out of 10. So you don't want to hold it too loose either, because then the racket's going to fly out of your hand, but you don't want to hold it too tight because that's too tense. You need to find that balance, and like I said, it's a little bit different for everybody. And last, 2 little technical tips that I changed to increase my serve speed. Of course, when I did the 130 series, I did go to the gym a ton. That's another thing. You can really put some good work in the gym and get some gains there that will really help your serve. But on the technical side, one thing that I was really trying to do is make sure, once again, it's a very simple thing, make sure my arm is up and my toss is always inside the baseline when going after a serve. These little things, even like as a college player, like can help. You just need to remind yourself of these normal things that often you forget about. Like these things I would have learned about when I was a kid, but like you just forget. So having your toss out in front allows you to make contact with the ball out in front. Things like that, so simple, was able to help me get some more MPHs on my serve. The other thing is it happens, it makes the trophy pose and the palm down happen even better if you do this, is really leaning into the court with your hip. A good example of a player that used to do this really well was Andy Roddick. That guy's hip was so far in the court, it was looking like the toss was gonna fall down on his butt. Like, so I was really exaggerating that when I was really going after the serve. Those are 2 little technical things that I kind of tinkered with and kind of switched, to be honest. And now like my flat serve is, I don't know if it's at 130, we haven't gotten the gun out in a while, but those things have definitely helped my serve. And of course, those main tips that I gave you guys are really gonna help you as well. So just to run through them again, get a grip. No pun intended. You gotta have continental grip, very important. The rest of the videos are relevant if you can't use a continental grip. You need to have your palm down in that trophy pose position. That's gonna help you a lot. You need to serve like you're gonna throw. If you're gonna throw a baseball and you're gonna throw it as far as you can, you're gonna use your full body. That's the same thing you wanna do on the serve. You wanna use your full body. And last but not least, I talked about grip pressure. You want to be in about a 4 to 6 out of 10. And I did give you guys a few little technical tips that I worked on, which was leaning into the court more with my hip and keeping my toss out in front, which allowed me to make contact out in front. So there you guys have it. Thought I would make a little bit of a different style video here for you guys because I think it could be very valuable to a lot of people. A lot of people struggle on serve. A lot of people think that serve is extremely complicated, and it really isn't. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. The serve is one of my favorite shots in tennis, and I feel like I have a really good grasp of how to do it well and how to help some others. So definitely leave a comment if you have a question or need some help. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.